Hi, good day all. So today we're going to do May/June 2019. Number 10, which is vectors and matrices. So the first question goes about and says, find the matrix product of this. So first off, the first thing we have to do when we see a matrix is to put its order. So this first matrix is 2 by 2, and this matrix is a 2 by 1. We see that the number of columns in our first matrix and the number of rows in our second matrix are equal, so they can multiply. And our resultant matrix would be a 2 by 1 matrix. That's the order of our result, right? Which is E11 and E21. 2 rows by 1 column. So when we're multiplying it, it's going to be row by column and then second row by your first column, right? So it's minus 1 multiplied by K plus 3 multiplied by 5. That's the top part. And then 4 multiplied by K plus H multiplied by 5. All right, now let's add this up. Minus 1 by K is minus K plus 3 by 5 is 15, right? And then 4 by K is 4K, and then 8 plus H by 5 is 5H. And that would be a product. That is the answer right there. Right, and then they said, hence find the values of H and K satisfying the matrix equation. So they're already telling you when you multiply these two, which was minus K plus 15 and 4K plus 5H, right? This is equals to 0, 0. So this top part is equals to 0. So minus K plus 15 is equals to 0. And then 4K plus 5H is also equals to 0. So we always want our unknown to be positive. So you're going to carry across minus K to be K will be equals to 15. And if we know K is equals to 15, we can put it in this equation. So that's 4 by K, which is 15 plus 5H is equals to 0. 4 by 15 is 60 plus 5H is equals to 0. We carry across 60 over the equal sign, so 5H is equals to negative 60. The relationship between 5 and H is multiplication. So if you carry across multiply by 5, it'll turn to divide by 5. So H is minus 60 divided by 5, which is equals to minus 12. So K is equals to 15 and H is equals to negative 12. And that would be your answer for H and K. The next part of the question says, using the matrix method, solve the simultaneous equation, right? We need to make sure that our x's are first and then our y's. So we saw x and then y, and then we have this. So first we're going to make a 2 by 2 matrix. That means take the coefficient of your unknowns, of your x's and y's. So it's going to be 2, 3, and then minus 5, 1. Right, that is your first matrix. That's a 2 by 2. X is first and then y is equal to our answer, which is 5 and 13. Right? We are going to label this A, B is equals to C. Right? And I am going to carry across A, but because A is inverse, we cannot divide matrix when you carry this across. So let me just do this. AB is equals to C. If I carry across A, it's going to be B is equals to C over A. We cannot divide matrices, so it turns into C over 1 multiplied by 1 over A. And then 1 over A will turn into C multiplied by A inverse. However, A inverse is a 2 by 2 matrix and C is a 2 by 1, and because the number of columns in our first matrix and the number of rows in our second matrix are not equal, this cannot multiply by like this, so it will turn into B is equals to A inverse by C. All right, now we have a formula for A inverse. A inverse is equals to 1 over AD minus BC, open bracket, sorry, not A. We're going to exchange A and D. So it's going to be DA minus B minus C. That is your adjoint, right? So inverse, if we look at A, this is A, this is B, this is C, this is D, right? So this is 1 over AD is 2 minus BC 3 by minus 5 is minus 15. So that's 1 over 17, 2 minus minus 15. That minus by minus is a plus, is 1 over 17 by um, the placement of D and E are exchanged, so it would be 1 and 2, and this would be minus 3 and minus 5 by minus 5 is positive 5, right? So it would be 1 over 17 by 1 minus 3, 5, and 2, which is equal to 1 over 17, then minus 3 over 17, then 5 over 17, and then 2 over 17, right? So now we know what is A inverse. So B, which is an unknown of x and y, is equal to 1 over 17 minus 3 over 17, 5 over 17, and 2 over 17 multiply by C, which is, what was C? 5 and 13. 5 and 13, right? So we're going to do this the short version. It's row by column and then row by column. So it's 1 over 17 multiplied by 5 plus minus 3 over 17 multiplied by 3. And then 5 over 17 multiplied by 5 plus 2 over 17 multiplied by 13, right? So this is going to be 5 over 17 plus minus 9 over 17, right? Okay, I put 3 there. So it would have been 1 by 5 is 5 over 17. Not plus. It would be plus minus 3 by 13, which is 39 over 17. Right? And then 5 5s are 25 plus 13 by 2 is 26 over 17. Right? So when you, this is minus. So this would have been minus 34 over 17, which is equal to negative 2. And this one would have been 6 and 5 is 11, 2 and 2, 4, 551 over 17, which is equals to 3. So B is equals to negative 2, 3. We already also know B is equals to x, y. So x is equals to negative 2 and y is equals to 3, and that would be your answer. Okay, and that was the end of matrices in this question. Now they start with your vectors. Now they said relative to origin 0, 0, the position vector of A and B as followed. OA is 9, 0 and OB is 3, 6. Now if it's a position vector, that means its starting point is 0, the ending point is whatever. Right? So the coordinates 9, 0, 9 would be on top, the bottom part would be 0, and B as a column matrix, 3 would be on top and 6 would be at the bottom. They said the points D, E are on AB, so AB and OA. Sorry about that. The points D and E are on AB and OA respectively, meaning points D are on A and E is on OA. And as such that AD is equal to a third AB. So AD is equal to a third of AB. That means if we were to split this up, no, that's not equal sign. That's just how it is supposed to be equal, right? Yeah. This would be AD is equal to, if we count, it has 3 parts, right? So this would be 1 part, and this would be 2 parts because the entire AB is actually 3 parts because it's in a fraction of 3. So if we know anything about if we know anything about fractions, this entire line AB would have been in 3 parts, where AD is 1 part and the remainder is 2 parts, right? And OE is equal to a third of OA. So same thing, OE, yes, OE would be 1 part, and EA would have been 2 parts, right? The following diagram illustrates the information. Express the following vectors in the form A over B. Well, not A over B, AB. So they want AB, vector AB. That means your starting point is A, and we're going back to B. All right? So it's going to be AO plus OB. Because remember, our starting point is the starting letter, ending point is our ending letter, and the one that is closest to our plus sign would be our point in common, which is O. Or you could use your diagram where you start at A, you go down, you go down, you go down, you go to 0, and then you go up, 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 up. So we get B there. So it's from A to O, and then O to B would have been our equation. We know that OA is equals to 90, but we don't want OA. We want AO. AO is the opposite direction of 90. So what we would do is we multiply this by -1. So it'll be -9. There's no negative to 0, so it's 0. So AO is -9, 0, and OB, we're going in the direction of OB, which is plus 3, 6. So therefore, our result of AB would have been -9 plus 3 and 0 plus 6. -9 plus 3 is -6. And 0 plus 6 is 6. So AB is -6, 6, and that would be your resultant vector of AB. The next question is, they want express the following vectors in the form AD for OD. So what you're going to do is, with a pencil, with a ruler, right? To draw, you can draw with a pencil. I don't see a problem. You're going to connect O and you're going to connect D, right? We're going to put this in red so we can really spot it there. So we connected O and D. So they want OD. That means we are going, and I'm going to use, let's use pink. We're going to start from O, we go into A, and then we go into D right here. So that means that this equation here is OA plus AD. And that is how you would get it. So it's equal to OA plus AD. Now, OA, we already have it because they gave us, in the question is 90, right? However, AD is equal to a third of AB. They told us that in the question. They told you that AD is equal to a third AB. We already know what is AB, which is -6, 6. So AD would have been a third of -6, 6 here. So a third of -6 is -2, and a third of 6 is 2. So we know AB, not AB, AD is equal to -2, 2. So you're going to add right? So it's going to be 90 plus -2, 2, right? Which is equals to 9 minus 2 is 7, 9, right? And 0 plus 2 is 2. So OD would have been 7, 2. And that is your answer for this. So the last question says we want BE. So we're going to draw a line to connect B and E so that we can see the shape. So we're going from B to E. Right? And I'll put that in green. So we can see what BE looks like. So that means, all right, we're going to start from B. We're going to go down, go down, go down, go down to O, and then O to E. Right? So BE is BO plus OE. Let us write that down. BE is BO plus OE. So this is equals to BO plus OE. Now they already give us OB, right? And OB is equal, so let's just remind myself so I would not forget. OB is 3, 6. Right? So if OB is equals to 3, 6, and we want BO, which is the opposite direction of OB, this will be 3, 6, and you're going to multiply this by -1, multiply by -1. So therefore, BO will be -3, -6, right? Plus OE, they said that OE is a third of OE, right? So let me say OE is a third of E. So OE is equal to a third of OE, right? So therefore, that's a third of OA was 90. So therefore, OE is equal to a third of 9 is 30. So OE is 30. So you're going to plus 30. So BE would be -3 plus 3 is 0, and -6 plus 0 is -6. So therefore, BE is equals to 0 minus 6. And that would be your answer for the last part in June 2019, number 10.